Bring me a shrubbery.
No, it's called a shrub. So a shrub is a old concept where they made a syrup by macerating fruit in equal parts vinegar and sugar.
So what do we start with?
So we are going to make a peach shrub because we found
This peach cider vinegar. That just sounds awesome. It's raw with the mother.
So we're going to start with our peaches, and what we're going to do is chop them up into small bits.
Is the pit going in?
The pit is
pit
not
staying out?
going in.
Oh, I hate cutting peaches, just so you're aware. They're kind of a pain. So I'm just going to cut around the pit as best I can. If you hit the pit, just back off and try again. Best I can tell you.
We're looking for 1 cup, roughly, of chopped fruit. Depending on what size peaches you have available to you, you may need more or less peaches.
I'm just making them into little bits.
You can go ahead and put them in our vessel
I could.
on your way.
Once I have at least one of them cut up, I will put them into the vessel. All right. So this is one. We didn't measure how many cups this is because it's probably a cup or thereabouts. Did I miss?
Yeah, that's all right.
I also skipped one, so that's why I couldn't put them in yet. Didn't know if I had them all. Starting to think one peach might be a cup. I don't know because we want it to be peachy. So let's use 2. We're gonna use 2.
We're going to use 2.
I'm gonna cut this one different just because I can. You gonna try to grow the pits?
I can't grow peaches in Florida, at least not this variety, because we don't have enough cold time.
Oh. Learn something every day. We eat a lot of peaches around here.
Yeah, there are some varieties supposedly that need less cold time or not as much cold time.
I guess Georgia gets a little bit more
Yes.
cold time than we do.
Yes, it does. Even North Florida gets more cold time
Sure.
than we do.
Well, yeah, the further north you go, the colder it gets.
It's neat how that works.
I'd say that's more than a cup.
I'm going to say it's more than a cup.
But I'm going to also say I'm okay with this.
I, too, am okay.
More flavor. As long as it all gets covered, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
All right. I need to wash my hands. And then...
So now we're going to add 1 cup of sugar and 1 cup of our peach vinegar.
Good. Shake it up.
Yeah.
Get the mother in there. The good stuff. That's what they say. I'm just playing along. And 1 cup of this, you said? Yep. It's going to be like most of it. It's not a very big bottle.
Yeah. Now, is it necessary to use peach cider vinegar? No. You can use
apple cider
vinegar.
That smells really interesting.
Oh, wow.
It's very different. I'm assuming I was supposed to pour that in.
Yes.
Okay, good. She's got the instructions. I don't, so I'm just kind of guessing.
And now
We muddle.
we muddle.
We're muddlers.
If you don't have an actual muddler like we do, you can just use the end of a wooden spoon. That works great.
Basically just mash the crap.
You're Hulk smashing.
Well, it's Hulk with a small h. Smashing. How smashed up does this need to be?
It doesn't. We can probably shake it a couple times a day and it'll be fine.
Well, I think the muddling helps the peaches extract better.
Now, I know some of you are like, oh, couldn't you just put that in a blender? Well, you could, but then you're going to have a big mess.
Yeah.
The idea is that the sugar and the vinegar are going to help break down and macerate the fruit so that you'll end up with a syrup once you've strained it. If you blitz the fruit into oblivion before that process occurs, good luck straining it. It's going to be a mess.
This is actually easier than just pushing.
All right. I don't think you really need to.
Really? I think you do. I think it's important.
All right. So we have our vinegar, we have our sugar, and we have our fruit. Now additions can be herbs or spices that complement the flavors of your fruit. So for today, we're going to be adding cinnamon and cardamom, both whole. So for the cinnamon, we're just going to use 1 stick, and Brian is going to break it if he can.
Was that a challenge?
No. Ta-da! And that's just so that more of the stick will actually be in the mixture and not just sticking up in the air because it doesn't do any good. And then we're going to use 3 cardamom pods. And Brian
Probably want to smash
is
those.
going to smash those as well.
Use the muddler.
Because it's a smashing kind of day. And they go in.
How did we determine how much spices to use?
We used our brains.
Yep. Just from a little bit of experience using these things.
We cook, bake, brew, do all the things. And so we are a little more in touch.
We like to think that we have some experience doing this kind of thing, even though we've never done this exact thing.
No.
That was not a good idea.
Occasionally things go sideways, like when your muddler hits on your lid, but you know, it's all right. It's okay. Now, ta-da, there's our shrub, but it's not ready yet because again, that maceration process has to occur. So we're going to refrigerate this and let it sit in our fridge for 2 days.
2 days.
And then we'll see you when that time is over to strain.
Okay, so
Our shrub has shrubbed.
yeah, it might have been a little more than 48 hours. It's okay. All right. But anyway, we want to strain it now. I keep wanting to call this a shrub. I think it sounds better. It sounds more fancy, but it's shrub. I don't think that's going to work.
You always have this difficulty.
Oh, I'm going to try. Space, the final frontier. Now, I know someone's going to ask, can you use the fruit afterwards? I don't see why not. It's probably going to taste a little vinegary,
Sure.
but yeah, sure. Eat it. Throw it in yogurt.
That actually would probably be really good with a little vinegar tang.
Yeah. See, I come up with good ideas once in a while.
So the reason why we're being so delicate is our volume here. If all that fruit went into our strainer, we would have problems.
Yeah. So I'm just being careful. So I can't help but notice that this is not that different from Switchel in reality.
No.
And a lot of people have been giving their versions of Switchel and things like that. And what I'm finding is they're all great bases, but none of them are truly like that unique. What am I? I was trying to get more.
Oh, you're going to get more?
I was going to get more.
Okay.
I think I can get more, maybe. Maybe not. No. Nah, I'm done. Here you go.
Now, it's possible you could
Squeeze it.
use that for something else, eat it, whatever. But right now, it's just going to sit over there. Now, this is a concentrated...
Okay.
Now, this is a concentrated thing. Please don't drink this as is. That's
Yeah.
not how it's
I
intended.
just smelled it.
It is like a
Quite
syrup.
strong.
And they actually refer to that after it's been shrubbed.
Shrubbed.
So the volume that they suggest to dilute it is 1 ounce of your syrup.
It really is syrupy too.
Yep.
It really is. It's like thick with about 12 C's, maybe 11 C's. Okay.
To 3 ounces of sparkling water. Today we're using just a generic
Seltzer.
seltzer water. So this has no flavor. It's just...
I would imagine that with the quinine tonic water that you like, this would be really good too.
Yep.
And yes, I know we could use our drink mate to make our own sparkling water. We just haven't done it yet.
Yep.
I intend to, but we had this already.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And then
that looks like a...
It looks like a cocktail.
It really does.
Now you can stir this as they suggest.
I don't think there's any reason to, the way I poured it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. It's that time.
So it is not clear. It's not intended to clear. There's no reason why it should be clear. So get that out of your head right now. But it is a beautiful peachy color.
Yeah.
And as this is a peach shrub,
Shrub. I'm going to call it shrub from now on.
shrub. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm making words.
Yep.
It's appropriately colored.
Strongly smell of
You get the
peach vinegar.
the vinegar and you get the peach. And if you think about it real hard, you can get the spices that are in there as well.
I get cinnamon out of it.
That makes me happy.
Holy crap. That's actually really good.
That
That tastes like a cocktail.
it does. It really does.
It has the tang. It has the like a little bit of an edge. You know, any time that you try to make a non-alcoholic anything, it always kind of feels
flat.
like it. Yes. This.
And I don't mean carbonated or still. I mean, just the flavor profile just seems kind of.
This has some sharpness to it.
It's got a little punch.
A little punch, a little
kick.
edge. Yeah, this is nice. I like it.
Wow.
And that recipe, by the way, if I poured out 1 ounce, there's still 16 ounces left here. Or no, 14 ounces left here. So that means you can get 15 servings out of that one recipe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now, I also think probably wouldn't hurt to do more like 1.5 ounces. Could use a little bit more. I would go just a little bit punchier, but you know, do so at your own risk.
Plenty punchy to me.
All right, do we need to put numbers on this? Are we putting numbers on this? Yeah, this is a thing. We made it. Let's put numbers on it.
We put numbers on
before we put numbers. Yeah, I think we did. Okay. Before we put a number on this, one thing that we're going to do is this will go into a bottle or a jar with a seal, and it'll stay in the fridge.
Yep.
It's probably not going to last very long.
Nope.
Just to tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would keep it more than a couple of weeks. It doesn't have a lot of vinegar in it, so it's probably okay for that long. But beyond that, I probably wouldn't. But what you could do is get an ice cube tray.
Oh, yeah.
And freeze it in 1 ounce ice cubes. That way, you just pour a little bit of seltzer water, drop an ice cube in, ready-made cocktail.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just came up with that. But anyway, our numbering system. You should be seeing it on your screen right now. It goes from 1 through 11. Because that's right, ours goes to 11. And what you don't see on there is the 0. 0 is reserved for things that just completely suck that we probably wouldn't drink. It would just dump out. You can finish it if you want to. I can make more.
Sure.
But this, I'm going to say, is not a 0. It's not a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or 5. Probably not even a 6. It's somewhere between 6 and 11.
Yep.
Could have gone to 7 or 11. That way, you know, it's 7-11. Anyway, wow. Do you have a number?
I do.
So do I. 1, 2, 3,
9.
9.5. That is really, really good.
It is fantastic. I'm shocked.
I think the peach vinegar made a big difference. Now, if you don't have peach vinegar, you can obviously do it with apple cider vinegar or whatever kind of flavored vinegar you want. We are going to make vinegars. People have asked us a million times. They keep saying, you guys need to make vinegar. We've been asked. We're going to do it. We just have to get prepared to do it.
So if you haven't figured out yet, as this channel is still very new, we are starting with concepts
that already exist
that are going to build on each other to create things further down the line. So the switchel and the shrub are going to be repeated in various formats throughout the existence of the channel because they are a base concept that's going to add a lot of those flavors that we're looking for in our non-alcoholic versions of some of our beloved alcoholic beverages.
Absolutely.
Vinegar, as you can see, is used in both the switchel and the shrub.
Seems like it's going to be a common ingredient.
It's going to be a common ingredient, and I think it's really important for us to make our own vinegars because we're going to want to have the full spectrum of the fruit profile in vinegar form. So you can't find those readily. We were shocked to find the peach one. So let's make some our own.
But make this shrub. It is so good. And if you have your own shrub recipe that you love, leave in the comments below. That way we can take a look at it, and you never know, maybe we'll, give you a shout out when we use it on the show. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.